What's up, mob? Hey, wow, what a night in Phoenix. It was wild. Roczen back on top. Jett riding really smart, making some good decisions out there to salvage what was a pretty poor night. Tomac kind of looking his age. And then Sexton, oh boy, he's lost his speed. Is he regretting the KTM switch? I don't know. We're going to get into that and more. But remember, subscribe. I've had some weird things going on with the subscriptions. They have been, you've been getting unsubscribed without unsubscribing. I contacted YouTube. They seem to think there's no issue, at least on their end, which makes me wonder. And I doubt this is happening, but I've been very critical of Feld and the way they treat their employees. The same thing a journalist did back in the day about the circus. Well, you know what they did? They hired CIA agents or ex-CIA agents to follow her and essentially wreck her life for 10 years, do these subtle little things to mess with them. I hope that's not what's going on, but that is the MO of Feld. That's the people we're dealing with that promote Supercross, the same people, the same owner who hired. This is proof. I'll put a link to an article from 60 Minutes. There's a whole bunch of them. If you just Google Feld, Kenneth Feld, CIA agents, a whole bunch of stuff comes up. That's a fact. That happened. I hope that they're not doing that to me, but I don't know. Something weird's going on.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Ken Roczen. He has looked good all year. His results haven't been there. He's had that mistake in San Diego where he threw it away while leading. He did get a podium. I believe it was San Francisco. But he's been on point. He won the first heat at Anaheim and then got caught up in the first turn. Well, his riding's there, and there's nobody better when the track is hard, slick, and treacherous. This guy has throttle control that is just off the charts. He's probably one of the best ever when it comes to these types of conditions. And like I said back in the preview show, he won this race. He's the first one to go 1-1-1 in a Triple Crown. He did that there in Glendale. So is it a surprise that he won? Not really, but I thought Jett would be stronger. Jason Anderson looked racy all day, but he's smart. He's a veteran. He understands the treachery of that Phoenix track. It was high speed, big rhythm sections, big jumps. And I was very critical of this track design in Phoenix and the way they have those bends in the rhythm sections. They did a great job. They actually raced pretty well. But this is an example here when Jett was trying to pass Vince on how a good rider can kind of shut the door and close off a passing opportunity. That's what I'm talking about. But with that said, this track raced really well. The guys at Dirtworks did an amazing job at kind of making those bends as minimal as possible. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it could be. I still don't like that design, but it wasn't the worst design ever. We saw some pretty nasty concussions out there. I hope those guys are heading over to the Coach Rob store and getting themselves some supplements to help recover and protect that brain. It's so important. And if you haven't, check out the video I did last week on concussions. I had some information in there. And then Sophia Phelps weighed in later in the week with some more good information about concussions and why it's so dangerous to come back early. But hit up the CoachRobStore.com and get yourself some supplements for concussions or your immune system. Epic Garage Designs has the coolest stuff for your garage. Make your garage look like a showroom for not that much money. Head over to epicgaragedesigns.com. Get yourself some flooring, get a rack, just make it look cool, make it look organized. So Jett Lawrence, on a bad night, salvaged third place. He rode like a veteran. He was smart. He gradually picked those guys off. He took what was given to him. He didn't force it and make the big mistake. And that's what I think Cooper Webb was trying to get him to do when he shoved him off the track early. Cooper Webb understands he sucks at Glendale. Cooper Webb doesn't do well on that track ever. Like, that's just his MO. He knows he needs to get through there and lose as few points as he can to the kid. So what does he do? Right when he gets the opportunity, he puts him off the track, and he raced him hard, unlike his teammate, Tomac, who kind of just let him go. I didn't like how Tomac just kind of laid up for him. This is not beast mode. This is a guy who looks to be on his farewell tour. We're not seeing the same Tomac we've seen. We're seeing a very controlled Tomac out there riding within his limits, and a controlled Tomac is really good. but he's still not pushing that edge. We all know when he can't, he has that beast mode. We have not seen it yet. Will we ever see it again? I don't know. But I didn't like what I saw, how he just let Jett get by him. I feel like he should have held the inside line and kind of made him earn it a lot more than he did. Speaking of guys letting Jett go by, I didn't really like watching Hunter just let his brother pass him. I understand. Listen, I have a brother. We've raced together. We have pulled over for, he's pulled over for me. I haven't pulled over for him because he's usually better, but we don't fight each other on the track. Whoever's faster, we just let him go. That's what they did. And while I totally understand it and I'm guilty of it myself, when you see it happen, I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And it's gotta kind of annoy the other riders because everybody else they fight Jett. And Hunter, man, he rode good. And I was happy for Hunter to get a solid 5th place. Hunter needed that so badly. This poor guy, I mean, riding in Jett's shadow can't be easy, especially being the older brother. But to see him get up there, battle, ride really good, and get a 5th place, which is about where I see him. I mean, he can get up there and get a podium if he gets a little bit of confidence. So it's going to be fun to see how Hunter rebounds from this. Now they have that week off. Can he build off of this? It's nice that he has something positive going into the break. So Sexton had that hand injury, and he waited until the evening to get the Toradol shot or whatever pain, and I don't know that they use Toradol. They said some sort of pain medication, but typically that's a Toradol injection. They don't do it before the heat races because by the time the main rolls on, it wears off. Points aren't paid in the heat races. They don't care. So they wanted him the best he could be for that main event, but even without his hand injury, he has not showed the speed that he had. Is he regretting that switch to KTM? He doesn't look like the merchant of speed. He's just not the same guy on that KTM. He's not confident. He doesn't look like Chase Sexton this year. And I don't think the hand injury is definitely not going to help him. He's not going to be able to test and do a lot of the things that he wants to do to build that confidence and get that speed in 2 weeks. So I don't know. I think that number 1 plate, it's definitely going somewhere else. Guys, check out Ride Strap to get your Let's Go Brandon goggles, get your Red Pill shirt, and I hope promoting the Let's Go Brandon goggles and the Red Pill shirt isn't what's getting people unsubscribed from YouTube, but who knows? I don't know. Like I said, I reached out to YouTube. We'll see. But head over to ridestrap.com, and then we'll be hosting a mob barbecue in Daytona the Sunday after the Supercross. I'll have more information about that in a second. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport, pretransport.com. They have customer service. They have affordable pricing, and they love motocross, so use Precision Transport. Plessinger, the people's champ. This guy's great. And on any given night, anywhere, this guy's a threat to win. And if he gets on a roll, he could be a title threat. Aaron Plessinger is for real. This is what we thought we were going to get when he moved into the 450 class. This is the Aaron Plessinger that dominated that 250 class that one year. He's good, and he forgot how good he was. And he's kind of, I guess in the offseason, what he did is fine-tune just a few things. And this happens a lot to these good riders. They start focusing and they go to these programs like the Baker's Factory or the Star program, and they stop working on the technical stuff, the riding position, the foot position, the toe in, the little stuff that you kind of remember as a professional rider. It's second nature, but sometimes you got to go back and work on that. And that's what Plessinger has done, and it's showing big time. This guy's a threat to win on any given night, and he just might be there in the end for this championship. All right, guys, so the Sunday after Daytona, Chris from Strapped has got a Airbnb, and we're going to have a mob appreciation barbecue. Head over to the Cooksey Mob website that he built just for this. I know, it's crazy, but hey, if you guys want to come hang out, bench race, have some food and hang out and talk Daytona, go over there, register, and we'll have as many people as we can over and just hang out, maybe do a live stream from the barbecue. Check it out. But anyway, I appreciate all you guys so much, so I want to give a little bit back to you guys. Come on over, have some food, and let's hang out. So thanks, guys, and I will catch you later.